Hi everybody. Today we're going to go through section 10.4. Already yawning? Which are inscribed angles. An inscribed angle is an angle whose vertex is on the circle and its sides are chords. So in this picture, this right here would be an inscribed angle. Okay. Its vertex is on the circle. Its sides are chords of the circle. We also have intercepted arcs. It's an arc that is formed by those sides, which are chords, okay, of an inscribed angle. The arc is the interior of the inscribed angle. So this is the intercepted arc, okay. In the inscribed angle theorem, if an angle is inscribed, sorry guys. If an angle is inscribed in a circle, then the measure of the angle measures 1/2 the measure of its intercepted arc. So what you guys need to know here basically is that an inscribed angle equals half of the intercepted arc, 1/2 times the intercepted arc. On the vice versa, the intercepted arc equals 2 times the angle, and that has to be an inscribed angle. Okay. So now let's look at some problems here. Sorry, my allergies are killing me today. Look at this angle here. They told us the angle is 36. So the inscribed angle is 36. They want us to find the intercepted arc. So we have the inscribed angle. We want to find the arc. I would use this formula. So intercepted arc equals 2 times the angle. So I'm just going to take this angle and multiply it by 2. 36 times 2 is 72 degrees for my arc. Okay. This one here is the opposite. They gave us the arc. We want to find this missing angle. Okay, so I'm just going to multiply the arc by 1/2. So 62 times 1/2. That gives me 31 for my arc, for my angle. Okay. All right. Down here, theorem 10-7 says if two inscribed angles of a circle sorry, I'm the worst. Intercept the same arc or congruent arcs, then the angles are congruent. What that means, guys, here is B and C have to be congruent, because if you cover this up, the intercepted arc of C is here. It's AD. If you cover C up, the intercepted arc of B is also AD. So because they have the same intercepted arc, that means that their angles are congruent. Okay? So in this picture here, T and W would be congruent because they have the same intercepted arc of UV. Okay, so I can go ahead and set those equal to each other to solve for x. I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides and subtract 4. That gives me x equals 5. That's definitely going to help me find angle T. And then we'll have to think about the rest. So angle T is 3x plus 4. So I'm going to plug in that 5. Gives you 15 plus 4, which is 19. So angle T is 19. Okay. Angle U, a little different. So I know these are both 19. This is 30. These are vertical angles, guys, which means they have to be equal. So if these two angles are equal and these two angles are equal, well, that would mean that these angles have to be equal. So these are both going to have to be 30. So angle U would be 30. If you didn't know that those would have to be equal due to vertical angles, you could have solved this out. You could have done 30 plus 19 is 49. And then you could have found this missing middle angle by doing 180 minus 49, because we know 3 angles in a triangle add to 180. So then we would have known that these missing angles inside here would be 180 minus 149. I'm sorry, minus 49, which would give us 131. So you also could have ended up solving all the angles, and you would have got the same answer. All right, flipping to the next side here. We also have our inscribed polygons. An inscribed polygon is a polygon whose sides are chords of the circle and whose vertices are on the circle. So if an inscribed angle intercepts a diameter, a semicircle, so a diameter in this picture would be BD. So BD is a diameter, it's a semicircle, and this diamond shape here is intersecting it. What this tells us is that these are right angles. A and C are right angles. It also tells us that angle B plus angle D should equal 180. We also know that angle C plus angle A should equal 180 because they're both 90. So something that's really important with these is that opposite angles in a polygon add to 180. Oop, I didn't even know you couldn't even see what I was just writing. Sorry. So B and D equal 180 because they're opposite each other. C and A add to equal 180 because they're opposite each other, plus they're 90. Opposite angles in a polygon add to 180 is the biggest thing you need to take away from here. Okay. Also, anytime the vertex is on the edge, and it can also make a right triangle. So in this picture here, I can tell you right off the bat that this is making a right triangle. This is a diameter. Okay, this diamond is intercepting the diameter, so that is a right angle. In this picture, we can't necessarily identify any right angles because we don't have a diameter. So you can only mark them as right angles if we have a diameter. We don't have one here, so we'll get to that problem next. Here we can label that 90 degrees. So now I know all three angles in a triangle should add to 180. So I'm adding x plus 12, x, and 90. I'm first going to subtract 90. 2x plus 12 equals 90. And then I can subtract 12 here. 90 minus 12 is going to give me 78. And 78 divided by 2 is going to give me 39. So they did ask for x. Okay, x is 39. They also asked for angle W. So I'm just going to plug it in here. X plus 12 is angle W. So I'm just going to do 39 plus 12, and that gives me 51 degrees. Okay, nice and easy there. Let's move on to this one, a little trickier. This one, there's no diameter, so we can't go ahead and mark things as right angles. But what we do know is this handy-dandy thing right here, opposite angles in a polygon add to 180. So these are opposite, and these are opposite. So I can mark those equal to 180, add them up. So 3y minus 7 plus 3y plus 1 equals 180. That's one equation I'm going to need. Another equation I'm going to need is to add these two. X plus 18 plus 2x equals 180. Now, they don't ask me for x or y, but I do need them to solve for these angles. So I'm going to add these. I'm going to add a 6 to both sides. So I get 6y equals 186. That's going to give me a y of 31. Okay. Then I'm going to go down here. 2x and x is 3x. I'm going to subtract this 18. I got 3x equals 162. And then I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides. Okay, and my x is going to be 54. Now I'm not done yet. In order to finish here, I have to plug in these newfound values of x and y. So I'm going to go to W. W is x plus 18. So x is 54. 54 plus 18 gives me 72 degrees. So that's my W. My angle X is 3y minus 7. Y we found to be 31. So 3 times 31 minus 7. Plug that in your calc. That's going to give you 86. And you are all done. Please, I know this stuff is tricky to learn through the computer. So please, if you are struggling, please come on to the office hours. You are going to have a quiz on 10.3 and 10.4 next class. Okay, so please make sure you're working hard to understand it, reaching out if you have questions. Okay, have a great day, guys.